Hi, I am here with Lois Glenister and Danny Hendrix, who are currently touring in the brilliant classic from Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler, Zog. And it is coming to the Lowry this August, so we do not have long to wait. Now, between them, Lois and Danny have performed in shows such as Warhorse, Gangster Granny, Zog and the Flying Doctors, Stickman. So I think it's fair to say that they are pretty expert on bringing stories from the page to the stage. So we cannot wait to talk all things Zog with you today. So thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
So I thought anybody who was kind of coming to watch Zog probably already knows the story pretty well, probably knows the words just as much as you guys do. So I thought instead of you just kind of retelling us the story, it might be interesting if you kind of told us the story through your character's viewpoints, because we then might get a slightly different view on it. So maybe, Danny, if you told us the story through Zog's viewpoint and Lois through Princess Pearl's?
Sure. So for Zog, it's just life as a dragon. We're going to school, we're learning, and we're super excited to learn new things. And the main goal is to get that golden star. And I'm going to get that golden star, and I want it so bad. But there are some tricky obstacles along the way, but I will not stop, and I will keep trying to get that golden star. And I'm sure I'll meet some interesting characters along the way on my journey. Once I've met the golden star, I think there might be a princess on the way, and maybe have to battle a couple of knights, which I'm very excited about.
Brilliant. And what about Princess Pearl? How does her story go?
I think she's in a bit of an opposite position to Zog, because she's unhappy where she is currently, which is as a princess, kept in a tower by her uncle, told to do all sorts of boring things, like sewing cushions and staring at flowers for hours, you know, all the things that princesses do. And she has a love for helping people and healing people. And so she seeks that, and she finds that within Zog and some of the other dragons in our version of the story. And she finds a home there, and a love and a dream come true of being able to help those around her, which is, I think, what she truly wishes in life.
Yeah, and like we say, there's such well-known characters. And Danny, I've got to be honest, I think I relate a little bit to Zog because he's so clumsy. I mean, the first thing he does is climb into a tree, right? So I kind of relate to him. He's so determined as well. I mean, what has it been like playing this just adored character?
It's been great. I mean, like you say, everyone loves Zog. And I think there is a part of Zog that everyone can relate to. There's been times when we've obviously wanted something so badly and tried our hardest, and maybe it hasn't gone our way at that point. But it's just about never giving up. And there's that fire in all of us. And I think that's what everyone can relate to, that holding on to the fire, the passion that you've got for the one thing that you really want to achieve. And then finally, after trying and trying, you are able to achieve it. And then that feeling of immense joy and pride in yourself. And I think that's one of the main things that people, I think, can relate to with Zog as a character. Because we've all been to school, we all know that it's not always easy, and even in life it's not always easy, but it's just finding the little joys and following your passion, I think, is what people can try and hold on to and relate to.
Yeah, and I think they're all quite relatable as well. I mean, Princess Pearl, I mean, I relate to that as well. I mean, I don't know if there's a polite way to say it, but she kind of doesn't give one, does she? She's kind of, you know what, this is who I am, deal with it. Yeah, so again, is it kind of like, is it empowering kind of like her to play Princess Pearl?
It is, but something I love about her is, which we spoke to the director about in the room, is a lot of girls are portrayed that, you know, that go against the grain with very masculine qualities about them. And what I love about Pearl is that she goes against the grain and fights, you know, the box that she's been put in, whilst remaining very feminine and very kind and caring, and all the qualities that we do associate with women. And I think that's what I love about her is she keeps those qualities about her whilst fighting for what she truly believes in, and that's something I've really loved discovering and playing and teaching and showing children.
Yeah, you don't have to be one or the other. It's just you are who you are. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And all of this is wrapped up in these absolutely like proper full-on musical theatre songs by Joe Stilgo. They're not kind of the wheels on the bus songs. They're fun, aren't they? I was listening the other day to the is it Golden Star, is it called?
Yes.
I was listening to it and I was proper getting into the groove. Do you tell us about the songs? Like, do you have favourites or?
I have a favourite, which is the song that Zog and Pearl sing together, which is I'll Be There. And it's a song where Zog, I think it's like year 3, he's tried, isn't he? He's failed once more. And she comes along and sort of picks him up, and they sing this song about their newfound friendship and how no matter what, you achieve in life, they'll always have each other. And I think that's really sweet as well.
Yeah. Do you have one, Danny?
I have a couple. There's one that's called I Can Do It, and it's really Zog saying he can do it, and he's being really positive about being able to do the task that they have to do, flying in at school, and he's just being really positive. I can do it, I can do this, I can do that, I am this kind of person, I can do it. And I also really like the finale as well, I'll Be a Someone. It's so joyful, and it's that feeling of I will be someone who is significant to someone, and they'll be proud of me, and I'll keep doing what I want to do and be proud of myself, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah, the messages are lovely.
Yeah, they just make you smile, don't they? Just gorgeous. And I'm guessing with a show like this that obviously you've got a predominantly audience of children, young people with their grown-ups. So whether it's intended or not, do you kind of get a lot of audience participation as they're roaring along with the dragons and joining in and like all of that?
Absolutely. We do say the parents, I think at first are a little bit more apprehensive, but by the end they are as committed as any child in that theatre. They are singing along, dancing along, especially the grandparents.
They're usually louder than the children.
Yeah.
I love it. And so the dragons themselves, they're like these really gorgeous little puppets. And then the performers dress in kind of matching costumes. But sometimes I think I'm right with this, but just correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes you perform with the puppets, and then other times the kind of left and you're on your own. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So it starts with the audience seeing the actors dressed like the dragon, and then just before one of my favorite songs, I Can Do It, the puppet dragons emerge, and it's there's certain things that you physically won't be able to do with the puppet, so it's just easier with a human. But the beauty of it is that people forget that it's a person and a puppet. And then they just the same thing.
Yeah.
So it all merges and everyone forgets, and it's just a seamless transition.
Well, that's the joy of storytelling and theatre and what you guys do as well, isn't it? That's literally what you do. It's just beautiful. Do you get any puppet use, or and if not, are you kind of relieved about that, Lois, or have you got puppet envy?
I puppeteer a frog called Steve, who I brought to life as a middle-aged man with a Cockney accent, just to shake it up from playing, a young princess. So although I don't blend in with the green frog, I do remain in my Princess Pearl outfit. It is quite interesting seeing the audience watch me go from this 10-year-old child this frog at a pub or something. So I do get a little bit of puppet envy with the dragons, but I get to experience something that's quite unique, which is actually having them all around me and being able to look at them all and relate to them all and react with them, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, and like you say, you forget that the puppets, don't you? You do buy into what you're watching.
Yeah.
And we've touched on some of the messages, but this book by Julia Donaldson is just jam-packed with positivity and great messages. You like resolve, determination, friendship, loyalty, be who you are, keep trying. It's all there. And do you, as performers in the show, get to kind of see the positive impact of that on the young people that come to watch it? Do you like get feedback or letters, or do you kind of see or hear of things?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some like Instagram DMs and Facebook messages from parents that have told me that their children have, waited 6 months for this, especially with COVID as well, and just have lived their best life and truly think that we are who we are on stage, and that, we've inspired them and they've not stopped singing the songs. So we are very lucky that not only do we get to visually see the impact sort of in the finale, but we do get some wonderful messages from family and friends that have watched the show.
Yeah, and there's also the immediate reaction throughout the show. There's been so many times kids have shouted out, "You can do it, Zog, keep going, Zog." And they're getting so into it, and it's even at the sad moments they're shouting out, "Keep going, Zog." So it's joyful to see that the story that we're trying to portray is clear enough that it's understood. The messages are being understood clearly.
Yeah. So you've got all the young people joining in, and then you've got all the adults and the grown-ups watching them going, "I'm not crying, I'm not crying." like you say, that it's working, that it does. That's the power of theatre, isn't it? It's beautiful. And we've not talked about Freckle Productions, who are the ones putting on this amazing show. Now, they're known for obviously doing this, bringing children's classics to life, but also for introducing children possibly to the theatre for the first time. It must be the most fun company to work for. And I have seen some of the TikTok videos, so it does look really fun. What is it like working with them?
It's an important step, I think. There's a lot of responsibility on Freckle to make sure that it's done properly, and the shows are produced to such a great standard. And it, like you said, it's obviously sometimes a child's first experience in a theatre. And that's such an important stepping stone, because they could be little children like us who want to be actors, and this is their first experience, and to create such a warm environment with the performances that are happening, it's I think a responsibility that ticks the box. As a complete experience.
Yeah. And before we finish, tell us about Sir Gadabout. Like, what can we expect with the duel, the battle? And because I mean, he's not a baddie as such, is he? He's just
not at heart. I think expect a 3.5 minute solo of every hobby one could imagine, packed into this marathon of a 3-minute banger, really.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just fantastic, and I think similar to Pearl, with the dream of wanting to be a knight, perhaps with slightly more experience in other departments.
Yes. And there is still a battle between Zog and Gadabout, so anyone who is still expecting that, you won't be disappointed. Although it's not an aggressive fight, it's not a nasty fight. It's an entertaining fight between an orange dragon and a huge knight. It's an exciting fight, but it all gets resolved at the end, and they all become friends, which is lovely.
Yeah, of course, for book number 2.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, thank you both so much. It just I mean, I'm like an adult, obviously. I'm a grown up, and I can't wait to come and watch. I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait to come and watch it. There's just something magical about these stories, and I cannot wait. So thank you so much for sharing your time with us today and telling us all about Zog. I'm sure you've inspired lots of people to want to come and watch. All the best with the tour, and we will see you very soon at the Lowry. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now that you've been shown, you can practice on your own, and you'll all be expert flyers by the time you're fully grown. I can do it, I can do it. I'll be brave and I'll be tough and I'll be strong. I can do it, really do it. I can do it. When training, I'll be practicing my roaring. If I'll get through it, I can do it. I can do it. I'm the keenest, I'm the meanest, never flown, so also I'm the greenest. I'm not bragging, but I'm a dragon. I can do it. I'm a doer, I'm a trier. Just look out, cause I'm about to be a flyer. I bring the game on, I got my flame on. I can do it. I want to fight nights and fly around and breathe the things until they're completely round. They'll say, I knew it, he can do it. He can do it. I'll be a someone, someone that someone's proud of. I'll be a someone someday. I'll be a someone.
It's a gold star for you.